Well, good morning, everybody. So we will start off with the safety disclaimer. These classes and what I say are not medical advice. Please consult with your healthcare professional team before making changes to manage your health. This presentation does not represent Parkinson Canada's endorsement of products or treatment related to Parkinson's disease. This presentation is meant to provide general information. If you have specific questions about managing Parkinson's disease for yourself or for others, please contact info@parkinson.ca, or you can always call 1-800-565-3000. Well, good morning, everybody. It's Lance Letain here. I'm teaching here at home workout class. This is class number 54, and these classes are brought to you by Parkinson Canada. I'm inside today. My internet connection outside wasn't as strong. I just changed providers. So yes, things are not as strong as I'd like them to be. So I'm inside until I can figure out something, how to get these signals stronger outside. If you're new to these classes, welcome. It's great to have you on board. If you're a veteran of these classes, I want to thank you for your patronage. It's fantastic having you on board. These live classes are every Tuesday and Thursday morning, and that's at 8 o'clock a.m. Central Time, and that's 9 o'clock a.m. in the East, and 10 o'clock in the Atlantic, and let's see, that would be 7 o'clock in Saskatchewan and Alberta, and 6 o'clock in beautiful British Columbia. These classes are also recorded, and you can find them on the Parkinson Canada YouTube channel, and we also record them and post them on the Parkinson Canada Manitoba Facebook group page. Again, that's a mouthful. I have always had a hard time saying that one, but I got it out. These classes are part of the Superwalk Monthly Movement Challenge, and these movement challenges are designed to help motivate you and help you achieve getting your 150 minutes of movement per week. 150 minutes does seem like a lot, but if you break it down over a couple of days, it's really not too bad at all. Good morning, Sheila. It's great to see you. All right, I'm glad that you like the classes. The movement challenge, yes, Parkinson Canada, the Superwalk, it's here. It's like literally like 3 weeks away. So continue on with your fundraising. We'll talk a little bit more about Superwalk at the end of the class. But exciting news, the Walk in the Boxes, they've been working hard. Amanda and the gang in Toronto have been working hard to put together the Walk in a Box, the physical walks in a box. So it's a tool to help you plan, promote, and celebrate the Superwalk itself. For more information about the Walk in the Box, definitely check out the superwalk.ca website. There's lots of good information on there. And for those of you that don't need a physical box itself, you can get the virtual box. So it's all the same stuff, except it's going to be at your fingertips. And the thing I like about the virtual box is that when it comes to printing off posters, you can actually put your own pictures in there to help promote the Superwalk for your family and friends in your neighborhood. Of course, yes, with the current pandemic that we're living through, we have been forced to evolve the Superwalk into being a virtual walk for this year. So just talk about a few of the benefits here of exercise and living with Parkinson's disease. If you are a person that's really kind of struggling with your balance, there are some exercises that are really good to help work on your balance. Other than these classes, of course, but there's some specific activities that you can be doing that are more dynamic in nature as opposed to static. When I'm talking about dynamic and static, static would be something where you're not moving. You're still working on your balance, but you're not moving. Whereas dynamic, there's going to be some movement involved. I'm thinking of activities like Tai Chi. If you've ever seen Tai Chi, you know what I'm talking about. If you haven't checked out Tai Chi, there's some really good Tai Chi classes available online. You can go check out YouTube, or you can type it into Google, and you'll find some Tai Chi classes. Some classes that you could simply follow along with, and you're going to be moving, but you're also going to be working on your balance at the same time. So activities like that are actually better than static movements. Gait. when we're talking about gait, we know we often hear about the Parkinson shuffle, so we need to be able to work on our gait. So our stride length and making our stride length nice and long, very confident, very secure. I really enjoy walking with Nordic poles. If you've never tried Nordic poles, I really enjoy working with them. They're almost like cross-country ski poles, but they're meant for walking, and they come in all different kinds of types and sizes. But they can be used in the summer, and they can be used in the winter. They can, of course, be used in the fall and spring as well. Not only are they going to provide you with a little bit of extra stability, because that is something if you're living with Parkinson's disease. Again, we just finished talking about balance. When you're walking with Nordic poles, you are able to balance yourself, and I kind of like them a little bit better than walking with a walker or a stroller, because they really get you to focus on your posture, being able to stand upright as opposed to leaning over and hanging on to your I totally get walkers and strollers. Like they serve a purpose and they're very, very safe. But if you are able to walk with Nordic poles, I'd maybe suggest at least giving it a try just to see what it's like. You'll also be engaging with your upper body more, so you're going to get that extra stability, but you're going to be moving more muscle groups, which means you're going to be getting more benefit out of walking with the Nordic poles. Dancing, another really great activity that you could be doing that's working on your gait. Of course, when you're dancing, you have to try and especially if you're dancing with a partner, you can't be stepping on your partner's feet. But you're going to be working together. So you're going to be having nice long movements and very controlled. It's a lot of fun too, especially when you have music. Speaking of dancing with a partner, I like walking with a partner. If you're able to walk with a partner and you're going to get that shuffle kind of going in, your partner can gently remind you that you got to keep up, or you got to think about your posture and think about your stride length. If you're doing something with a partner, even better, because you get to do something with somebody that really cares for you and somebody that you care for as well. Dystonia. For those of you that are suffering with dystonia, you know it's painful. Your muscles begin to really cramp up and they become really taut. They're really, really tight. So we need to be able to do activities that aren't going to be really hard and that are going to hurt your muscles. That's where I like water aerobics, or doing something in the water. It's not going to be high impact. It's going to provide a little bit of resistance, but it's going to be easy on your joints and it's going to be easier on your muscles. But at the same time, you're going to be able to work on those muscles. And of course, stretching. I can't say this enough. Stretching is very, very beneficial when it comes to being able to manage the pain, especially if you're living with dystonia. You're going to be making your muscles nice and long, try and keeping them loose, and so they're not so tight and so taut. They're going to be nice and long and loose, and it does help you manage your pain. We do know that we want to keep our muscle mass. We want to at least maintain the muscle mass that you have. It gets harder as we get older. It doesn't matter if you're living with Parkinson's disease or not. It gets harder as we get older to develop more muscles, but at least we can maintain what we have, and that's what we want. We want to have as many muscle fibers, we want to have as many nerve fibers available to send and receive the dopamine, which is of course what the issue is when you are living with Parkinson's disease. So strength training is a great activity to try and incorporate into your life at least minimum 3 times a week. And you don't need much. You don't even need anything. Like, we use gravity, and we get away with that. If you have hand weights, or if you have TheraBands or resistance tubing, by all means, that's even better, because you're challenging yourself even more, and that's key. But if you don't have anything, you don't need anything. You might not just get as many benefits as you would like. One of the best things that I think often goes, it's often overlooked, is the social isolation. And when you are exercising, if you're able to participate in classes, I know with the current pandemic that it's making it really challenging for us to to get together and to be able to meet collectively. But when we are able to get back to normal, that sense of sharing, that sense of communal, group sort of mindset is really important. It feels to have a sense of belonging part of a group is really important. Right now we're doing this virtually, so this does count. It's maybe not as strong as when you have other people around, but that's definitely a benefit. If sometimes when people get diagnosed with a disease, they become shy and they become a little bit introverted and start to pull back within themselves, and that can become lonely if you don't have somebody around you. But when you are able to exercise, chances are we're going to be doing it in a group setting, and we're going to be able to support and care for each other. That's a good thing. That's a benefit if you ask for me. Okay, so just wanted to touch base before we get into our shout outs here. If you've never seen this book, this is an absolutely great resource for you to be checking out. My very first day when I started working with Parkinson Canada, my manager, Lori Apps, hello Lori, she gave this to me to read, and it was one of the better things that she could have done. It's an introductory guide. So if you are newly diagnosed with Parkinson's disease, this would be a great resource for you to read. Or if you're a caregiver and you want to know more about Parkinson's disease, again, this is a great introductory guide. Nice big images. The font is pretty good as well. So you're able to read it. It's I read it all in one sitting. So, and again, it gets into the nitty gritty, like constipation. Not a sexy thing at all, but it's a reality, and this is something that we have to deal with. Of course, it's also an issue as we get older. Things change within our body, and so it just kind of helps explain things. So let's get into some of our shout outs. First person I want to give a shout out. Good morning, Audrey. My neighbor Audrey is watching from right next door. Shout out to Elizabeth. Elizabeth got a hold of me, and she's been doing the exercise class. She's done 27 days with the group, and she feels like it's making a difference in the quality of her life. And she's hoping to have over $5,000 for the Super Walk this year. We have Jean and Dawn. Of course, they're down in sunny Florida. I hope you're staying cool down over there. It means a lot to me. Jean and Dawn both reached out to me this past weekend. I took a break from technology, so I wasn't able to get back to people as soon as I usually do. But yes, Jean and Dawn reached out, and it was great to hear from you guys. We have Arthur. Arthur's all the way up in the Arctic Circle, and he's watching these classes. So Arthur, great to have you on board. We have Karen Lynn, Teresa, Marilyn, Paul, Judy, Irene, and related to Jean and Dawn, we have the Neuro Challenge Foundation in Florida that they actually put this class in touch with Jean and Dawn. We have Doug and Josephine, and I just want to touch base about the Parkinson Canada Super Walk. We have the 2020 top fundraisers. Number 10, we have Joe Van Couverden. And number 9, we have Blake Bell. Number 8, Julie Caffley. We have number 7, Julie Wood. 6, Santha Krishnamurthy. Number 5, Kenny Beard. 4, Earl Conway. 3, Ted Higgins. Number 2, Don Tallman. And number 1, Ralph Richardson. So the top 20 teams, we have the Mississauga Wilkinson Warriors. Number 9, Rogies Rockets. 8, Pats Pacers. 7, Team Bacchus. Number 6, Outrunning Parkinson's. Number 5, Team Earl. Number 4, Motivated Movers. And number 3, Team Berg. Number 2, Poor Papa. And number 1, Boxing for Health. Boxing for Health, they've raised over $60,000. Fantastic. All right, gang, so that's it. Well, let's get moving. Oh, I blabbed forever today. So yes, inside my house today, my signal for my new internet provider isn't as strong as I like to have it. Just have to adjust the camera here a little bit so you can see my feet. Get rid of these glasses and away. Oh, we go. So you know the way we start things off every single time. I want you to stand up straight, pull your shoulders back. You can have your feet wider than your shoulders. If you're sitting down, let's get ourselves up to the edge of our chair. Sitting up nice and straight, shoulders back. Let's tuck our chin so it's nice and aligned with our spine. I'm going to ask you to close your eyes. You're going to breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth. In through your nose and out through your mouth. In through your nose and out through your mouth. Opening our eyes, feeling better already. We're going to breathe in through our nose and out through your mouth. In through your nose and out through your mouth. Last time, biggest breath of the day, in. Hold it, hold it, hold it. And out. All right. So we are going to do our slap, clap, snap. We are slapping our thighs 5 times, clapping our hands 5 times, and snapping our fingers 5 times. We're going from 5 down to 1 and all the way back to 5. Ready, gang? Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. 1. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, so I love doing that activity. Actually, I'm going to do that with the soccer team that I'm coaching this Thursday. We have a really big soccer game, and I just want to have boys to take the pressure off the boys, be able to cue into what we're doing, and to be able to have some fun. I really like doing that activity. Okay, so from here, let's think of our posture. We're going to raise our hands forward to shoulder height and down, up and down. This time when you go up, make a fist and down, working on our grip strength at the same time, up and down, up. And this is a great time to evaluate how you're feeling. If you're feeling up to following these classes, that's great. If your meds haven't kicked in, or you maybe didn't have a good sleep last night, you don't have to do the classes live. They are recorded, and you will be able to check them out when you're feeling a little bit rested, feeling a little bit stronger. Or maybe you can do it when somebody else is around. Be able to do these classes together. One more time. Up and down. Okay, now instead of our arms, we're going to do our heels forward and back. Forward and back. Forward and back. Forward and back. Okay, so again, the purpose of our warm-up is to prepare our body, prepare our mind for our cardio section here. The cardio section is typically one of the tougher parts of our class, so it's 15 to 20 minutes of continuous movement. And we're going to be working our heart rate, so it's going to be getting faster. Our heart's going to be beating harder. And the same with our breathing rate. Our breathing rate will increase and it will become deeper. We're taking in more oxygen, spreading it throughout our body. That's a good thing. Typically, it's going to be our large muscles that are doing all the moving that are going to be getting a lot of that oxygen because they need that. They need all that oxygenated blood. Forward and back, forward and back. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, now we're just going to raise one arm to the side and down. Same arm, side, and down. Changing arms, up and down. Same arm, up and down. Changing arm for 2 and down, up and down. Changing arms, 1 and down, 2, and let's do both arms at the same time. Up and down, up and down. 4, 3, 2, and 1. And arms down. Now we're actually going to do a toe tap to the side and back. Same leg, side and back. Changing legs for 2, side and back, side and back. Changing legs for 2 and back and back. Changing legs for 2 and back and back. Now we're going to alternate one leg and the next. One leg and the next. So this is actually going to be a lead up into the first activity that we're going to be doing for our cardio. But before we do that, I'm going to give you 10 to 15 seconds to grab a sip of water if you need to have a sip of water. Just make sure you put your water bottle somewhere that's safe. It's not going to be a tripping hazard for yourself. And during these classes, if you do get thirsty, by all means, staying hydrated is very important. I want to see you grab a sip of water. You can always come right back in, get involved. Nobody will know any different. And back. And back. All right, so with our side steps here, we're now going to start adding our arms. And we're going to pick up the pace just a little bit. So first, let's add our arms to the side and side. These are modified jumping jacks to side. If you could do them standing up, it's just going to be the same thing. It's going to be side to side, side to. For those of you that want to sit or have to sit, by all means, you can do this same activity. It's actually a little bit more challenging. Now let's pick up the pace. Here we go. Side to side, side to side. If you find it too hard to do the arms with the legs, you can just do the arms, or you can just do the legs. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. No arms, just our legs. Woo-wee, definitely feel that in your shoulders. Feel that in your deltoids. Whew. Heart rate getting up there. Breathing rate faster and deeper. So now we're going to change it up from alternating legs. We're going to do 2 per side. Here we go. 1 and 2. 1 and 2. 1 and 2. 1 and 2. Let's add some arms. 1 and 2. 1 and 2. 1 and 2. 1 and now we're going to do 3. 1, 2, 3. Change it up. 1, 2, 3. Change it here. 1, 2, 3. Change it here. 1, 2, 3. Now we're doing 4. 1, 2, 3, and 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 4. No arms. 1, 2, 3, and 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now we're doing 3. 1, 2, 3. Change it here. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, and 3. 1, 2, and 3. Now we're doing 2. 1 and 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 let's alternate. One leg and the leg. All right. Woo-hee. Definitely have your heart rate going. Feeling alive. Feeling great. I'm going to do it from a seated position now. Again, think of your posture if you can. A lot of us spend a lot of time sitting down, so it's easy and natural to forget thinking about our posture. So let's think about it. Let's add some arms here. Where you go. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. No arms. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. March it out. All right, gang. Oh man, starting the week off with a bang here. How are you doing? Feeling okay? Right on. If you are, that's great. And if you're not feeling good right now, by all means, you can slow things down. You can make your movements smaller. You can always come back to this class when you're feeling a little bit stronger, a little bit more awake. All right, so we're going to go for a march. Here, where you go. March, march, march in, march. March, 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 march. March, march, march and march. March, 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 march. No arms, just our legs. Again, if you're standing, by all means, just make sure the area around you is nice and safe. If you're sitting down, this is tough work. So how else can we make it more challenging for a march? Well, we can make our movements larger. By movements larger means bringing your knees up. Let's give it a go. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Here we go. Up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down. Should we add some upper body? Up and down, up and down, up and down. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. March it out. Okay, so now it's time for us to go for a little bit of a run. Again, let's think of our posture. Let's put some smiles on our faces here. We're doing what we can to help manage the Parkinson symptoms that you could be living with. Here, where you go. March, march, march in, march. March, 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 march. March, march, march in, march. March, 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 march. Keep it going. And for those of you that need the extra challenge, of course, you could always bring your knees up higher. Everybody else, you could just do it the way, as long as you're trying to keep up with the pace here. So your heart rate should be getting higher. Breathing rate deeper and faster. March, march, march and march. March, 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 march. March, march, march and march. March, 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 march. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Slow it down. March, march, march and march. March, 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 march. All right, so we're going to do some wides and narrows. Then we're going to transition to a little bit of waltzing. Finish off our cardio with a little bit of waltzing. March, march, march and march. March, 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 march. Okay, so time for our wides and narrows. So we're going to step wide and then narrow. Here, where you go. Wide, wide, narrow, narrow. Wide, wide, narrow, narrow. Narrow, narrow, wide, wide. Wide, wide. Wide, wide, narrow, narrow. Wide, wide. Wide, wide. Wide, wide, narrow, narrow. Wide, wide. Wide, wide. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring it narrow. All right, gang. This is an excellent workout today. Whew. One more quick run, then we're going to go into our waltzing here. Here we go. March, march, march and march. March, 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 march. March, march, march and march. March, 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 march. All right, so almost that time to slow things down a little bit more, but we're going to finish things off with a waltz here. In 4, 3, 2, and 1. Slow it down. Okay, so for our waltzing, if you're sitting down, by all means, you can still do the movements. You won't be able to move around. You can close your eyes. All right, so for those of you that are sitting down, you can close your eyes, just swaying back and forth. Continuous movement is what we're looking for. That's the key. So we're looking at 15 to 20 minutes. We're almost at that 20-minute mark. So if you're sitting down, just moving your upper body. Maybe you want to try moving your lower body. For those of you that are standing up, moving around the room. This is good. Working on your gait, working on your balance. We're still keeping our heart rate up there, which is ideal. That's what we're looking for. Dancing around. For those of you that are lucky enough to have a partner to dance with right now, I sure wish I could see you. It's always more fun. Keep on moving. 1 more minute, gang. 1 more minute is what we're looking at. I got a sweat going on. Feeling good. Body's way of cooling down through sweating. That's natural. It's good. 30 more seconds, gang. Keep it moving. All right. Think of all those nights that you danced the night away. How good you'd feel. Just great exercise. Being able to look over, seeing your friends, loved ones, family, lost in the moment of it all. Some of the best times of your life. All right, gang, so now, man, my heart's still going here. So, a little bit more. We're going to transition into our cardio cool down. All right, so now we're going to slow things down. So we're going to pick some apples. We're going to reach up and across your body and pull it down. So the purpose of our cardio cool down here is to bring our heart rate down. It's important to keep your head held high. As we get older, it gets tougher to slow things down. It's tougher to pick things up too, to pick up the pace. That's all natural, but we've got to spend some time bringing things down. Now let's reach out in front. All right. Now straight arms in front. There you go. How about we try and add some heels into this? No arms, just our legs. Heel tap and tap. Tap and tap. Tap and tap. Tap and tap. Again, very slow. This is purposeful. Bring our heart rate down and tap. Tap and tap. Tap and tap. Now we're going to do some stationary heel taps. One leg at a time. Tapping our heel and tap. Tap and tap. Changing legs. Tap and tap. Tap and tap. Tap and tap. Tap and tap. Tapping our toes. You should feel your breathing rate getting back to normal. Let's think of our posture and tap, tap, and tap. Changing legs, tapping our toes. Tap and tap. Tap and tap. Tap and tap. All right, so from here, let's transition into some shoulder shrugs. I'm going to sit down. We're going to bring our shoulders up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down. Okay, feeling good. All right, so for those of you that need to have a sip of water, now would be a great time to have a sip of water. Just come right on back to the class here after you've had a sip. And we're going to transition into our strength training here. Okay, I too need to have a sip of water, so don't mind me for about a second. Quick sip of water. Wet my whistle. All right, I'm just going to grab some books. I was going to grab my TheraBands. I forgot my son Peter has been using my TheraBands for some training of his own. So I've got some books to work with here. So with that, we're going to do some bicep curls. I'm using some books. You could use cans of beans, cans of soup. If you have hand weights, you can use that. If you have surgical tubing or TheraBands and you know how to use them safely and properly, by all means you can use that. I'm using books for resistance today. I've got a dictionary of current English and an English thesaurus, always good to have around in the office and to be able to help the kids with their homework. So we're going to do bicep curls to start off with. When we're doing any sort of weight training, strength training, very important that we do things really safely and you're thinking about your posture a lot. We're going to do things slow and purposeful. There's more benefits out of doing it slow as opposed to doing things really fast. So elbows nice and tight to our side, palms are facing forward, raising arms up and down. We're doing 6. That's 1. Here's 2. And down. 3. And down. Picking up our grandchildren. Here's 4. And down. 5. And down. Last one. Here's 6. And down. Now we're going to relax I'm actually going to use no weights this time, just to show that you can still get benefits from doing this exercise without having anything to hang on to. Again, very slow, very purposeful. Let's think of our posture. Elbows tight to our body, palms facing forward. We're going up, 2, 3, and down, 2, 3. Here's 2, and down, and 3, and down, halfway done. Here's 4, and 5, last one, and 6, and down. Okay, next thing that we're going to work on are triceps. So our triceps are the muscles on the back side of the top part of our arm. There are extending muscles. Those are the muscles that help us reach forward. So we're going to try and keep them nice and strong. We're going to do tricep extensions. So the way that I'm going to do this, I'm just going to have my arm up above my head like this. I'm hanging on to a book. If you don't have anything, that's fine. You're just going to bring your arm back and up. So it's going to start off arm straight up. 1, and up. 2, and up. 3, and up. 4. Here's 5, and 6. Oh yeah, you feel that one. All right, changing hands. Again, I've got a book to hang on to. If you don't have anything to hang on to, by all means, that's okay. We're going to do 6 here. Here we go. Down and up. 2. Slow and purposeful. There's 3. Halfway done. 4. 5. And 6. Changing arms. We're doing 2 sets of 6 on each arm. Arm up in the air. Going down and up. That's 1. And 2. There's 3. 4. 5. And 6. Last time, other arm. Straight up in the air, we're dropping our down and up. There's 1. And 2. 3. 4. 5. And 6. All right. I'm going to put the books to the side, and we are going to get into the hard stuff here. We're going to do our sit-to-stands. Okay, we're actually going to do mini sit-to-stands today. So these are tough. I was thinking about those of you that are in a chair full time, and you might only be able to have a range of motion, being able to stand up an inch or two when you're transitioning maybe from your chair onto a toilet, or your chair onto another chair, or into bed here. So we're going to demonstrate. I'll give you a side profile shot here. So definitely you want to keep your feet wider than your shoulders. Think of your posture sitting up nice and straight. I'm going to have my arms on in front. If you need to use the armrests on your chair, you can use them. If you don't have to use them, I'd try and encourage you not to use them. We're just going to stand up a little bit and down. That's 1. Here's 2. And down. These are tough. 3. And 4. There's 5. And 6. Oh yeah, definitely feel that. And you feel that in your quadriceps, you feel it in your glutes, so your buttocks as well. And your calves are going to be involved there too, and your hamstrings. So that's the first set. We're going to try and get a second set in there of 6. If you can only do 3, or if you can only do 1, or you can only do 2, that's okay. You've done as much as you can do. And that's better than doing none at all. Okay, thinking of our posture, sitting up nice and straight, feet nice and wide. We're going up and down. Here's 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Oh yeah. Thank goodness that's done. That's tough work. Good for you if you're able to keep up doing that. Okay, we are going to next transition into a knee raise. We're just going to do a knee raise. We're not going to do any extensions today. If you're sitting down, you can do this. If you're standing up, by all means you can do this. Hang on to the chair though. Bringing our leg up and down. Changing the legs up and down. Up and down. Up and down. Changing legs up and down. Up. 2 more. Up and down. Up and down. Last one. Up and down. Up and down. Okay, give that a quick break. We are now going to think of strengthening our core. We're going to do our Kegel exercises here. So again, these are some things that maybe aren't the sexiest thing to be doing. People can't necessarily see them, but it's important that we work on, these are the muscles that are going to be involved with us going to the bathroom. So we know as we get older, things get more challenging to be able to go to the bathroom. Constipation sometimes an issue. Other issues is sometimes you have leaks, and we need to keep our muscles nice and strong and tight. So I find it easier if I close my eyes. I'm going to lift my abdominal wall. These are the muscles that are involved with stopping the flow of pee when you're going. So engage and hold it. Hold it there. And relax. Let's engage again. Pushing your abdominal wall. Holding it, holding it. And relax. We're going to do 2 more, gang. Let's engage and hold it. And relax. Last one. Engage and hold it. And relax. Whew. Good workout today, gang. So we finished our warm-up, our cardio cool down. We just finished our strength. So now you know we're getting into our balance training here. So the first thing that we're going to do today is we're going to do some rocking. We're going to rock it out. So I'm going to ask you to stretch, keep your feet wider than your shoulders. Then you're going to stagger your feet. So you're going to have one foot in front of the other. So this is going to be a dynamic balance that we're working on here. We're leaning forward and back. If you need to have a chair to hang on to, by all means have a chair nearby or a wall. Leaning forward and back. Forward and back. Changing our legs. So again, feet still wide. Other foot goes forward, other foot goes back. Moving forward and back. Forward and back. One more time. Forward and back. Okay. From there, we're going to do our one-legged stand. So for those of you that just want to do it the way we normally do it, so just standing there like this, so you can hang on to a chair, you can do that. For those of you that want to try doing a dynamic exercise here, we're going to call them can openers. So we're going to be raising our leg up, to the side, and down. Other leg, up, side, and down. Again, for those of you that just want to stand on one leg, you you can do that. And down. If you can do it like this, I'm hanging onto a chair. It provides me a little bit of extra stability. And down. This is a little bit more challenging. And down. One more time, each side, up, side, and down. Last one, up, side, and down. Okay, now we're going to shift our weight from side to side. I'm leaning this way. I have a hand on the chair there, it just provides me a little bit extra stability. You can have your arms up to the side, that also does help. I have my feet, both feet on the ground, leaning to one side. I'm going to lean to the other side. Both feet on the ground, got my toes on the ground, hanging onto a chair. Shifting weight to the other side. This time I'm actually going to bring my foot up off the ground. If you feel more comfortable having both feet on the ground, you can do that. Not a contest. But if you can challenge yourself like this, I'd encourage you to do so. Same thing to the other side. I'm going to bring my foot up off the ground, still hanging onto the chair. And one more time each side. This time I'm actually going to let go of the chair. And down. Brain is processing all this information, sending signals to your muscles and your joints, making those adjustments so that you still stand upright. Your body does respond well to balance training, so if you can incorporate this into your daily life, by all means, I would encourage you to do so. Okay, so now we are going to work on our flexibility. So, first thing that we're going to do, we're going to work on our upper back. For our upper back stretch, what I'm going to ask you to do is you're going to interlock your fingers like this. You're going to put your palms out. You're going to raise your hands above your head. If you can, some of you that are living with shoulder pain, we don't like pain, so you don't have to do this. You can have your arms out in front of you. You don't have to have them up high. We can just do one arm. And down. From here, we're going to stretch out our forearm. So I'm going to ask you to flex your wrist like this, arm out in front. And now we're going to do an extension. Pulling back on your fingers, you should feel the stretch along your forearms. Again, for those of you that are living with dystonia, your muscles are getting really tight. That hurts and they become cramped up. So we need to spend some time stretching them out. Do to one side, we're going to do to the other. Flexion first. Pulling back. Ideally, you want to hold every stretch for at least 30 seconds in duration. It does take a while for your brain to receive the signals and to send the signals back to your muscles saying that feels okay. Continue to do that, or you can go a little bit further. Like balance training, your body does respond very, very well. Maybe the best thing it responds well to is through stretching. It doesn't take long to make some improvements. Just have to make some time, put the time into it. You notice we're not doing any bouncing around. Just a nice, slow, gentle stretch. Okay, from here we are going to check our shoulders. Like pretend we're driving a car, looking over your shoulder. Head to neutral. We're going to drop our chin down. Head back to neutral. Now we're going to shoulder check over the other shoulder. Very slow, very purposeful, not fast. Head to neutral, dropping our chin. Now we're going to put our ear to our shoulder. Head back to neutral. Other way. Oftentimes you'll find that one side of your body is more flexible than the others. That's natural. But again, with some training, spending time at stretching, you can get both up to the same level. Okay, we're going to finish things off with the lower back stretch. So you're going to put your hands underneath your thighs like this. You're pulling your leg up in the air. Takes pressure off your back. That feels good. And down. Other leg. All right, let's get into our Parkinson specific exercises now. All right, so what we're first going to work on is our alphabet. So I find it really is beneficial if you can do this in front of a mirror so you can see the shape of your lips and see how your tongue is moving. Even better yet, if you're able to record yourself so you can actually see, not only see what the shape of your mouth and how your tongue is moving, but you can hear yourself. And then you're going to be able to make the corrections, if there's any corrections that need to be made, to try and keep your speech as clear as possible. So let's go. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, and Z. Canada, we say Z. All right, let's try that one more time. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, and Z. All right. So from there, let's transition into some tongue exercises. So I'm going to ask you to stick your tongue out and down. Again, not a sexy thing, but it's reality that our tongue is a muscle, and we do have to be able to exercise it because we need that dopamine. We need those signals being sent to our brain, and our brain sending them back. Here we go, out and down. And in. Now we're going to go out and up. Out and to that side. Out and to that side. Now we're going to work on our jaw, so we're going to work on the muscles that are associated with chewing our food. Again, keeping our muscles nice and strong leads us to living independent longer, and that's a good thing. That's what we want. We want to have a good quality of life. We want to be able to do the things for ourselves for as long as possible. So we're going to open our mouth as wide as we can. Transition into a smile. Great big smile. As wide as we can. Great big smile, working on that Parkinson mask. There you go. All right, now we're going to finish it off with our side cheek stretch. So I'm going to ask you to place the palm of your hand along the side of your face, and you're going to just pull your mouth back and up. So we have lots of little muscles here that help shape our lips by keeping them loose, by keeping them nice and stretched. Stop you from drooling because your mouth is able to make those micro adjustments. Oh, that feels good. Stretching that. There you go. And we're we're going to do the other side. Palm against your cheek, pulling back and up. Guess what, gang? We are done. So, of course, the next class is going to be on Thursday. The live broadcasts are every Tuesday and Thursday at 8 o'clock a.m. Central Time. That's 9 o'clock a.m. Eastern. That's 10 on the Atlantic Coast. In Saskatchewan, Alberta, it's 7 o'clock in the morning, and in beautiful BC, that's 6 o'clock in the morning. Again, we still have the Super Walk is coming up. We're continuing on with our fundraising. If you have yet to join up, it's not too late. There's still time to do so. It's still time to form a team or to join a team. Being on a team is always a lot more fun, and chances are you're going to raise more money as well. I would suggest that if you are on a team, you spend some time together, that you guys talk about your goals, and that you are able to celebrate the day when it does come around. Aw, Cheryl, great to hear from you. Thanks. It's good to have you on board. So if you have any questions related to Parkinson's disease and exercise, by all means, you can contact me. You can add me as a friend on Facebook. I will get back to you. And if for those of you that have other questions related to Parkinson's disease itself, you can definitely call 1-800-565-3000. That's our 1-800 number for Parkinson Canada. There's always info@parkinson.ca, or you can check out Parkinson Canada. That's an awesome website, a lot of information. And of course, there's the Super Walk website itself, www.superwalk.ca, and you'll be able to find links related to finding some information related to the Super Walk, but also Parkinson's disease. So that was a good class today, guys. You guys worked really hard. I look forward to seeing you on Thursday. All right, have a great day. Bye-bye.